Hey, so it's probably like 9:30 in the morning, so I'm trying to get this video done before everybody wakes up and starts blowing my phone up because I'm still making my videos on my phone. Go me. Um, so today I'm going to talk about Halloween. Um, the other day I was going to make a video originally just for Halloween in general, but I went into work and I ended up working overtime and I was there from like 10 in the morning until 11 at night, so there was nothing that I could do. But while at work, um, a couple of my friends and I were sitting and we were talking, which is a no-no, but we were discussing Halloween, and I can't remember exactly how like this came about, but my friend Bree was basically like, my parents got this Halloween candy and I picked through all the good stuff, and I didn't go out and buy Halloween candy this year. I went out last year and bought a load of Halloween candy, and most of it is still just sitting in my house. My boyfriend and I had bought the candy to pass out, and I don't really know like what happened with that. Um, Basically, he would like pick out all the chocolate and then leave like the old crummy candy, because that's how people do, gypping small children. But my friend D was like, "Are you could pass that out," and I'm like, "That candy is like really old." And he's like, "If you're not gonna buy candy," and I was like, "Well," I was like, "I'm not gonna buy candy um because I still have a little bit of candy left. Like, no kids really even knocked on my door last year. Like, I live in the city, and it's not really like little kids. Like, my mom lives in like a country setting, like it's the city part of a country setting. Like, she lives next to a gas station, so it's like the it spot. Like, kids just come there and they just candy, 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 candy. However, here, people don't just bring their children like by my house. There's like 5 houses on the street, and then there's an alley, and then there's probably like 4 or 5 more houses. So it's like they don't ever really come over here. Um, Plus my house looks fairly shady because of all the bushes that are in front of my porch. Like, they are mass murdering people in that household. That's why there's so much foliage. I assure you we're not. Um, but I was like, I'm not gonna be passing out candy this year. And he's like, why? And I'm like, what if I didn't want to like pass out candy? What if I just wanted to like have these little kids like leave me the hell alone while like I'm like trying to get some Halloween sex, like boo ah. Like, what if I just want to be left alone? I'm like, I'm thinking about just like getting a syringe and just putting like poison in it and just like poking holes in these ring pops and just putting it in there and then letting it ferment until next Halloween. Not even like poison, like maybe just like a small sedative. Like, just put little kids to sleep for a little while. And then like their parents wouldn't know because like the liquid will have already evaporated, and it wouldn't even be like a Tootsie Pop, like 3 licks to get to the center. No, no, no. That shit's on the outside. Like, 1 lick, you're done. You're welcome, parents. Their kids would be asleep like all fucking night. You wouldn't have to worry about going to house. Be like, oh look, ring pop, you're asleep. Boom. You're welcome. So that's basically what had happened there. And Halloween is the best time for Halloween's the best time for people to just act absolutely ridiculous. Like, I didn't know what I was going to be for Halloween. My friend Ricky has a party every year. I knew I was going. I'm invited every year. And I love being there. Like, I love Ricky so much. And I saw him and he was like, are you coming? And I'm like, yeah. And then I completely spaced out on the fact that this party was Well, today is Sunday the 3rd. And I forgot that this party was like last weekend. And so I'm at work Friday and I get off Friday and somebody had commented on like the Facebook event and was like, I'm missing the party tonight. I'm so sorry. And I'm like, oh my God, the party is tonight. And then somebody else had commented on it and was like, the party is tomorrow, question mark. And Ricky's like, the party is tomorrow. And I'm like, oh, thank goodness. Because if it was tonight, I was not going. Like, look at me. I need a shower, like, bad. So the next day I'm at work and I was like talking to one of my friends and I'm like, what are you doing later? Oh, nothing. Oh, do you want to go to this Halloween party with me? And they're like, yeah, sure. So I'm getting ready and I did not buy a costume. I did not make a costume. I've been working overtime like crazy this week. And that's really no excuse for last weekend, but I did work some overtime last week too, but just OT all over the place. And I'm not real crafty. Like, I'm not. Like, I have a hot glue gun. I know how to sew, kind of. But if I have to, like, sew materials to other materials, like, I'm out. Like, I lose. Like, somebody else do this. And, of course, I'm broke all the time, like, always. So I was basically just like, I'm just going to throw something together. Went to Scarefest last year with my friends Stacy and Stan and my boyfriend. And my boyfriend Joe had gotten me these vampire things. And we went ahead and had them molded to my teeth like that day. They fit perfectly. And I was like, I will just be a vampire. Like, this is going to be like the cheapest, laziest costume ever. Vampire. Boom. So then I'm like, if I'm going to be like a lady of the night, not in a prostitute kind of way, what else, like I had to like try to find an outfit. And, it was cold like all day. And I'm like, I really don't know what to do, So I was a modern day vampire, which basically meant that I was wearing normal clothes, darker than normal makeup, and vampire things. That was my level of lazy. And of course, all the good ideas don't come until like after the fact. Because I go to the party and I'm a vampire and I'm having trouble eating these Jell-O shots because my vampire fangs. So I'm like taking my fingernail and like doing this and like scooping it out and then like putting it in my mouth because I can't just squeeze it in my mouth. So I'm like doing this little number and everybody's laughing at me. And I basically like lost count of how many Jell-O shots I had. We still don't know for sure. There were trays full, they were passing them out, whatever. But I get home and like the very next day, I like look on my coffee table and I'm like, it's like a gun and knife set for the Wii, and it's from Resident Evil, the Resident Evil Chronicles, and I'm like, I have a red vest in there. I could have been Claire Redfield. Why didn't I do that? That would have been wonderful. Like, the greatest idea ever, and it was on my coffee table. Like, I'm getting ready, and, like, walking past this table, like, 15 times, and, like, did not notice at all. And I'm like, why didn't I do that? That would have been a wonderful idea. It would have been wonderful. But alas, I did not. And my videos, when I do put them up, they're going to be out of order. I apologize. But for some reason, I can't put them on my phone. I can't take them from my phone and put them on my computer and load them. I just kind of have to load them straight from my phone. And I was going to edit the first ones. So they're going to be out of order because I'm an idiot, basically. But questions, comments, suggestions, anything, leave it. And I actually have to go take a shower.